subscribe to the 13 Mitigator Ford Fusion. I'd like to thank you for listening to Let's Talk Racing.tv.
Driver of the number 5 Kiker Motorsports Camry. Welcome to Let's Talk Racing TV.
With Rockingham Speedway. Thanks for listening to Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Timothy Peters, driver of the number 17 Toyota NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing.
Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, this is Dylan Smith. I'd like to thank you for listening to Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, I'm Amber Colvin. I'd like to thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hello, welcome to Let's Talk Racing, guys. I'm back. I'm on my spring break, so I'm able to finally do the show. Yeah, oh no. Ha ha ha.
Right.
Lord help us, right?
No, let's see what you
Computer troubles. I haven't done nothing. I came up here, I sat down, I moved the mouse around, nothing happened. I tried to turn it off, and yeah. And so turning on and off, nothing happened. So besides me having computer troubles, tonight we're going to have a couple...
you're just having another blonde moment.
You know, deal with you later. Besides that, ladies and gentlemen, we're hopefully going to have 4 callers tonight. We're going to have Mike Smith, Trey, Derek Kneeland, and our 4th caller is Jeb. How do you say his last name again?
Burton.
I thought you wrote it all down.
Burton. I want to make sure I'm saying people's names right, okay? I would feel really bad if I
You
said
didn't even get
name.
Mike's last name out. You said Mike and Trey Gibson.
Mike Smith. There you go. Okay. Mike Smith. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
We'll have to give Mike a hard time.
Who's that?
That's our 2nd caller just saying he got his message.
But the first one hasn't got his yet.
I tell you,
Well.
Mike is bad, let me tell you.
Okay, so this might be a random caller, maybe a little bit of a BS night, a little in between. No.
That's a nice part I can call
We're
Mike.
going to keep you on your toes tonight.
No problem.
Keep you on your toes. We always do that, don't we? So, how have you been?
I'm great. I'm doing great.
Doing great?
So what do you think of last week's race?
Man.
It was terrible. It was dead.
It was dead?
Yeah, it was Easter. Nobody raced.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Last week's race, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Look, last week for me was not dead, so I mean, you know.
Goodness
I was
gracious.
hanging out in Greensboro all week.
Me? Musical practice. Lots of it.
Well, my son got married, so.
Aww.
So we went.
Congratulations on that.
He has a new daughter now.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
That's great.
So I was hanging out with down there with those folks for a little while.
That should have been fun.
It was pretty interesting. It was pretty interesting.
Yeah, I've gone to like 4 weddings. I love weddings. I think they're great. They're fun. But me, I've been doing...
Isn't weddings about the same thing as a funeral?
How? That's cruel. That's mean. That is mean.
Well, the
That's...
wedding march and the funeral march start out with the same first notes. Dun, 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 dun.
Y'all are terrible. Y'all are... That's horrible. Both of you. Goodness. I'm not going to start with you. You, I'm leaving for later. Goodness gracious. Oh, well, that's good. But I've been doing lots of musical practice. That's that. Just enjoying spring break.
Well, I enjoy every day. Every day's spring break for me.
Oh, lucky you. That must be fun. Lots of
Except
fun.
babysitting days. But that's fun.
Babysitting
Too.
days.
That's fun. That's fun too. So I can.
The only babysitting, I guess you could
Just
call
have your
me
son
to do.
send you a die cast for the baby to play with.
Oh, we already got that. That's already been taken care of.
Oh boy. Oh.
That's
boy.
already been taken care of. We've got the race car Johnny jump up thing. Where he sits in the car, jumps up and down.
Oh,
We've already got that taken care of.
Goodness gracious. Yeah. The only babysitting I guess you could say I do is my dog counts, but I highly doubt that counts. I hear you got a new. I didn't know when you got that new puppy. I had no idea until that day. I was like, Mom, Roger got a new dog. And she's like, really? I'm like, I'm pretty sure this dog is his.
Yeah.
And she's like, we'll ask him. I'm like, okay, I'll ask him. And you were like, duh. And I was like, sorry. Mom was like, I didn't know. He looks cute.
Check it out on Facebook.
I did.
Well, let's see. We'll have some fun. I told Jennifer we'd stop by and visit. I got Terry set up so that she can do an autograph session out there with
That's awesome.
Ron Hornaday and Brennan Newberry.
Oh, Newberry, my buddy.
Yep, we'll go visit with him some too.
Sounds good.
We'll definitely got to go hit up Cliff and
Yeah.
go visit the TS guy.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see Terry again. That should be really good. Lots of fun. It's cold up there, though. I've been looking at the weather to decide what to pack. It's like 50s up there and 30s at night.
Yeah,
Jeez.
sort of up near the mountains.
I know. And then the day that we leave, apparently it's going to be like 70 degrees, like that last day, Sunday. Then we leave, and then the whole next week it's going to be...
Well, now it's going to be warmer because you're going to have all the race cars and everything down there in that small area. Martinsville's not a big track. It's
I
barely
know it's
just
not. I've been there. That's the only place I've been at in Richmond. Which unfortunately won't be able to go to Richmond. Mom and Dad are like, well, we might just go without you. And I'm like,
Why can't you go to Richmond?
what? My musical.
Oh.
Remember? It's the same. It's like the
Hairspray.
same nights. I'm like, they did the musical early this year, so I was like, please don't let it be during Richmond. Please don't let it be during Richmond. Guess what happens? It's during Richmond.
Kristen Carson, she was supposed to be coming from Carson Extreme Magazine, and she wound up not coming now because I was going to have her meet you and Terry. And I was giving her a hard time. I was talking to her last night. I says, here, I got 2 models coming out, and you ain't even going to be there.
My luck. My luck. Well, maybe if the weather just happens to be on my side.
Hey, Brian Morehouse is one of the officials I know. We'll get some good pictures set up. Good.
Okay, I just press
Speaker.
Let's talk racing.
This is Mike Smith, Martinsville Speedway. I'm sorry I'm late, guys.
It's okay. You're fine. We were just talking and catching up.
We're going to tie you to the front stretch and let them run over you a few times.
Well, I was making hot dogs, and I have to get this batch finished.
Ah!
Oh, what are they ready now?
We got something ready now, by God.
Well, I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get my hands on one Friday.
I know. Tell me about it, man.
Oh, yeah. Don't they have a record somewhere about who's eating the most hot dogs?
Well, I've said that they keep the tally, the teams do. I think the most I've seen on a weekend is 48 one guy ate.
Goodness gracious.
But we closed at 6.
Yeah, they.
I could not do that.
the last couple years that I've been up there, I came up there with Phoenix Racing, and they kept a tally. One guy I think ate like 15 of them the first day, and by the time we were gone, by the time we left there, I think he was up to 30.
What?
Right, we like it. It helps our Christmas bonus.
Well, I tell you what, you're gonna get plenty out of me come Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Me, I might, if I'm hungry enough, I may eat 1.5, but usually I can just eat 1. I'm a small person, so it doesn't take much to fill me up. Don't get me wrong, the hot dogs are delicious. It's just, yeah, I'm a small person.
Pace yourself.
Yes, pace it. Like 1 a day, pretty much.
Mike, tell us what all you got going on this weekend other than, we know you got the races going on, but is there some other things going on around the track during the week?
You know, we've got an autograph session on Friday evening with, let's see, who we got? We got Clint Boyer and Ken Vickers, and
Okay, we will.
got that going on. We got some drivers doing their own autograph. Got a bunch of drivers down in
You're
the
welcome.
sprint experience on Saturday and Sunday. But, mostly we're racing. We're on track all day long Friday, pretty much all day long Saturday. Then Sunday we got some cool VIPs coming in pre-race, and that all's going to be a lot of fun. But we race, and there've been a lot of cool things going on leading up to our Cup race. So we expect a little bit of exciting racing this time around.
Not to try to put a downplay on anything, but how's the weather looking up that way for the weekend?
The weather looks awesome, and it looked awesome all week long, Saturday and Sunday. There's been a chance for rain. That got wiped out this afternoon. I think Friday there's a 15% chance of rain. Sunny the rest of the weekend. It's going to be in the mid to high 70s on Sunday.
That's good. That's a great thing to have happen at this part. Well, I was expecting a little bit of rain. It seems like when NASCAR comes to town, there's a little bit of rain follows them.
Well, we need a little bit to keep dust down the campground, and that's fine.
Yeah, it was really funny. We were just talking about what the weather was looking like for the race, right when you called.
Mm-hmm. Because it's been iffy here. It's up and down as usual. Like, it'll be a nice 60, maybe 70 one day, and the next it'll be 40. And I was like telling Raj, I'm getting ready to pack, so I've been looking at the weather for Martinsville. It's like 40, 50 during the day, and then 30s at night, and I'm going to freeze.
Bikinis and a sweater, that's all you need.
Now, better watch it, Mike. She is a model, and we might do some photo shoots. You never know.
Oh, Lord, don't get him excited.
I'm talking about you guys, too.
No, thank you.
I don't think you want to see that, no offense to my uncle over there.
Hey, I wear shorts all the time. I mean, hey.
Yeah, I know you do.
Well, Mike, have you done anything in the last couple of years, new changes and stuff around the racetrack? Anything going on new or?
Well, we're always doing some things here and there. We've worked in some of our parking lots in the last couple of months, putting down a lot of gravel, making roadways that we haven't put in about 2 miles of actually what's called parking aisles. That's going to be a continuing project until we get all 300 acres of that done. The last 2 years, we've done a lot of new restroom work. We got some more of that coming along. So it's constant stuff we've got going on.
I tell you, the changes that have been made at Martinsville since the years I've been going up there are unbelievable. That has to be the best short track anywhere around.
Well, when our track founder, H. Clay, when he built the racetrack, he was quoted in the first story written about the place saying it would never be finished. And that's the way we still look at it. It's always a work in progress.
Yeah, I used to remember where there wasn't even any turn 3 and 4 seats over there.
Oh yeah, that came about in the 90s. The first time I saw a race there when I was in the newspaper business was fall 1977. But I've seen every race there since fall 77. With just the concrete bleachers around the bottom, it was like they seated like 22,000 people, and I thought it was the biggest damn place I'd ever seen in my life.
Oh, goodness gracious!
Yeah, I tell you what, I would love to see is to get you guys back to where you were selling out all over again.
Well, we've got with everything that has gone on the last couple of weeks. We've had great sales last 10 days. Whenever you've got Easter in there, an off week, you're a little concerned, but we were able to keep our momentum up. And the greatest seller of tickets is weather, and we've got that great walk-up weather the next few days. We're really excited about.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Now, I do have a question. What made you want to do or get into PR with racing?
It's interesting. I came to Martinsville in 1977. Worked the newspaper here. Told my sports editor I I'll do anything you
Trey,
want me to do.
stand by for a
for
moment,
race.
and we'll
It's
put you
just
over the
bad
mic in just a
because
second,
I wanted
okay?
to- Yeah. First time I walked up there, I fell in love with it, just the people, fell in love with the people. And when I got the opportunity, after I was a single parent, after I raised my daughter, as soon as I got an opportunity to go to work at Martinsville Speedway, I jumped at it just because I wanted to be as close to the sport as I could be. And, you know, my boss, Clay Campbell, was such a great guy that, I knew I wanted to work for him. And, it's, every time I walk in a garage somewhere, I think, man, I've got the neatest job in the world.
No, that sounds great that you're able to get into that. And I must say one thing about people, like, you come into places with racing, and like you say, the people are just so great and friendly, and it's such a great environment to be around and have.
You know, to me, it's not about seeing a star or a driver. It's about being around people. I love the week leading up to the race. Our campground's filling up. I spend a lot of time hanging out with race fans and renewing friendships and trying to be as hospitable as we can. And I'm always ready thinking, God, what am I going to do after Sunday? It's going to be a while before we get to do this again.
That's true. Well, unfortunately, we're going to have to cut you a little short here, but we plan on finally being able to meet you when we're down there in Martinsville. So, we might be able to not get much time with you, being such a busy bee and all. But we'll try to hog tie you down. Well, Roger plans to. I have no say in that. That's just his idea. I'm out of that one.
Yeah, we'll take a picture. Yes, okay?
All right, you take care of yourself.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for being on.
You know how to work this, so I'm going to let you
Hit
do
speaker,
this.
push the other line to split, push speaker again.
Okay. Let's talk racing. Hello? Did we do this right? Roger? Are you to me? Hello? Oh gosh, did we hang up on him? Hello?
I think we did.
Hung up on him! I wasn't touching the phone. Hello?
Sorry,
We thought we hung up on you. We were having technical difficulties. Oh, goodness gracious. We apologize about that.
Is to the left.
No, I didn't even touch
It was
the
me.
phone.
It was me.
Thank you.
It was
Please.
me.
Oh, okay.
We have a video.
Jack's helping you out this time.
No, I have proof on film, so I'm out of this. Anyways, hi Trey, how are you this evening?
I'm good.
Glad to hear. Sorry that you had to hear about that technical difficulty thing. I'm glad we got you on the line finally.
We're always wired and wide open, so it doesn't matter. We have fun.
Yeah, lots of fun here. No pressure at all. Well, Trey, for some people who are new to the show or might not heard about you, how about you get them a little profile about yourself, let them know about how'd you get into racing, pretty much your resume.
Okay. Well, my name is Trey Gibson. Born and raised in Ainsworth, South Carolina. I'm 20 years old, soon to be 21. I started my racing career at 8 years old, started in go-karts. Worked my way up from go-karts, competed in states and national races. Moved to asphalt in a four-cylinder car at the age of 15 at a local track here in South Carolina, Anderson Speedway. After that, I moved to a open-wheel modified called a BM Modified at Anderson Speedway, where I captured my championship in 2009. From there, I moved to late model stocks and continued to race that from 2010 to current now. And I also, won multiple races in that. And last year I won the Wendell Scott Trailblazer Award for NASCAR Diversity. And I competed with Brehm Racing in the Wheeling All-American Series for 2 years. And last weekend I got to do my super late model debut at Hickory Motor Speedway. So that was pretty cool for a new team that was based out in Colorado. So that was really cool. So that's basically my racing resume right there. A little short and brief. I'm actually currently living in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. So
That's sounds awesome because part of my mom's family, which actually Roger's side and my side's from around North Carolina, so that's cool to have somebody like that on the phone with us right now.
Yeah, the modifieds I drove isn't like the wheeling modifieds that you know, the big modifieds that they have these days. It's basically just has a like a 4-cylinder motor in it. I mean, it's just a wheel, and it really helps how to race clean, because, you know, if you touch wheels and stuff like that, then it can get really dirty, but it was a blast. I enjoyed it, so.
Now, you were down at the bash at the beach with Rev Racing, is that right?
Yep, yes, I was.
How'd you do down there? I know you didn't you come like third in one of your heat races or something down there?
Yeah, we had a really good time in Florida. We was top 10 all day in practice and everything, and then the heat race we started like fifth. They had 2 heat races, and we actually ended up finishing second. So we started third in the feature, which was really cool because it was live on TV. So that was my first time being on TV, and so we was running good. We was running third, and then we had electrical problems with an alternator wire on like lap 10. So we had to pit and change the battery and redo the wire and stuff like that. So I went multiple laps down. But actually went back out there and made laps because, I mean, it was live and it was Battle of the Beach. It was the first year there. So we didn't get the finish we wanted, but overall we had a great time.
Well, what did you think about that racetrack down there? How they got it set up for that race?
It was very different. I can say that I've never raced a track like that where you have like long straightaways like at Martinsville, and then you just go in the corner and basically look like you're going in the pits and then just turn the wheel. I mean, it's like I describe it as a safety pin, because you just basically go in, stop, and then turn and then gas up. But I mean, like your motor sometimes sounds like it's about to shut off because you have to slow it down. But other than that, I mean, it was great and it was fun and it was great racing for the fans. Next year, I think they got some ideas that they're going to change. The tire thing, it was sort of complicated. I wish it was some type of wall. I think that would have been a little bit better for television and stuff like that. But other than that, I had a great time.
It just looked so tight out there with making those turns like it was, and it looked like when you were going into the turn, it was hard to distinguish what you were doing with how they had it set up.
Yes, it was very difficult, especially with people, you know, right on you, because the key there is you basically have to arc it in so wide in the corners and basically be pointed straight at the center of the corner, where the tires were in the center of each corner. So that was difficult. When somebody was on you, you couldn't really make that arc in, because then they would just, you know, dive it off in there, and it would just be a mess. So that was difficult, and then it was very tight corners, like you said. It was very tight corners. He was on the outside. You're basically, you know, the one that people just lean on.
Yeah.
That was difficult also, but I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Now, I do have a question. What were your thoughts about Kyle Larson and Falk at the end of the race? Falcon, I know. Falk.
You've even talked to him.
Falk, I know. I'm bad with names. You stop picking on me. I know it's been a while since I've been around for you to mess with me, and I apologize. It just means you've missed me. I know. I get it.
Oh, gosh.
It was, you know, with me being teammates with Larson last year, and then I actually is CE's good buddy. So, there on the racing part, I don't know. I think it was a little, you know, I think Larson just, you know, got excited. He said, you know, it's his first, like, late model stock race, and he's won everything. But, you know, he's a great guy, and, you know, that's some racers race like that, and some of them not. I've never known Larson to race like that. He's always been a clean driver, but with my standpoint, I would nudge him. And I don't know if I would quite do it like that, but I would definitely, you know, have I was trying everything I could to win, other than, you know, wrecking like that. I was at least trying to, you know, get him up the track or something. So, but some people race different, and, you know, that's what he wanted to do, and then it was his decision.
All right, this last week was your first super late model race?
Yep, it was actually my first ever, you know, being in a super late model and stuff like that. So that was really, I enjoyed that a lot. It was a lot of fun.
So how'd you do out there at Hickory, and how did you like Hickory?
It was, you know, me being a local at Hickory and knowing the track, that was good going in with a super late model. They had open practice all day Friday. We got there, you know, we was all new. I was new to the team. The team was new to the Southeast tracks around here, so we got it dialed in actually Friday. So everything was good. Saturday we was practicing awesome. We was top 10 in practice. Well, they actually gave you your tires and you got their stuff on whatever you want to do. Went out there and it just felt like we had a bad tire. Didn't have no grip. Like front tire just slid, rear tire just slid. It was just, you know, didn't have no grip on the track. It was just, I was skating on top of the track. Couldn't figure it out. Went to qualify. Didn't get to qualify we wanted. Actually had to run the comp seat and started 18th in the comp seat and finished 9th or 10th within 25 laps, and they said the top 4. We did finally figure out what was our problem in qualifying. We had a little miscommunications with air pressures and stagger and stuff like that. And we also found some problems with the car. But, you know, it was our next race is at Gresham. We finally got it dialed in for the Concy race. You know, it was a great time with the new team, and I couldn't thank Oscar Blues enough, and Kevin and Melissa and Neil, and that was, you know, really great for this opportunity. So next time we'll get them.
Well, tell us a little bit about this Rocky Mountain Motorsports that you're driving for. Who all's involved in that, and how did you hook up with them?
Rocky Mountain Motorsports is a team that was based out of Denver, Colorado. They raced out there last year, or I guess they've been racing out there. They had a driver out there. Well, the Oscar Blues Brewery, you know, is based out of Colorado. So the main guy moved he got a location there in Brevard, North Carolina. So the guy named Neil that's over the marketing, I guess, and racing stuff. He does all the racing and all the sponsors. The guy wanted to do some racing in the Southeast, so we met together. I met him actually. He came to North Carolina once the brewery got here.
Throw you to the wolves.
And met with different drivers and was looking for a driver to, you know, drive their car. So I met with him. We talked, and he met with other drivers, and I guess he found the, you know, most interest in me, which I'm thankful for that. And the one that's involved is our sponsor. It's actually Oscar Blues and Neil. And then we have Kevin and Melissa, that's the owners of the team, the wife and husband. And then their crew, Fred and T. And then I bring a couple of my guys, my brother, my dad, Danny, he spots for me, and Ryan and Lindsay. So we have, it's basically just a new thing, and I have my guys, they have theirs, and we all just put our knowledge on the car and then go from there.
All right. Well, we are so glad to have you on the show tonight and hear about your story. We're going to have another caller coming in soon, so before you go, you know, thank your sponsors and for the people who helped get you here.
Okay. First I'd like to thank, you know, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, because it was for him, then we wouldn't be doing what we were doing today. I'd like to thank Oscar Blues, my family, my friends, my fans for all their support, Kevin, Melissa, Neil, Fred and T, my brother, Lindsay, Rick Davis, Ryan, Danny, all of you guys, you know, that helped me get to where I am today. My papa. That's all I have, and our next race is April 27th at Gresham with the super late model. So thanks, come out, and hope to see everyone there.
Sounds great, and we'd like to wish you good luck, and thank you so much for being on the show tonight. And we hope to have you on again soon.
Thank you so much, and thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Great night.
You too, Trey.
You too.
Thank you. See ya.
Speaker.
That way you can get in trouble when you mess up.
Now hit the line. He's calling in.
Hit the line, right?
Hit the line.
And then speaker.
And then speaker.
Hello, it's Let's Talk Racing.
Hey, this is Derek Neal.
Hi, Derek. How are you doing tonight?
Oh, just lovely. How are you?
I'm doing great. We're finding out how to work our phone, which is really nice. And by the way, he's wrong about feeding you to the wolves. I heard that, mister.
That too, I was like, oh boy, I know what to think.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I don't bite. Only on Tuesdays, like my mom.
All right, well, that's good news.
Yeah, great news.
I heard she nibbles, though, too.
What? Me? No. I wouldn't do such a thing.
I can take nibbling. Nibbling's fine.
Well, I'd like to have you, I have a good question. I hear that you're a spotter. Would you mind saying for who and tell us about the drivers you spot for?
I actually have a couple drivers. In the truck series, I kind of bounce around. I don't really have anything that's permanent and, set for every week. This week, Martinsville, and the next 2 weeks after that, I'm spotting for Top 09 and the 13 truck. In the nationwide, I spot for Brian Scott in the 2, Richard Childress Racing Chevrolet. And then in the Cup, I spot for Juan Pablo Montoya, and that's my actual full-time deal. The rest, I do all the nationwide races except for like 5 or 6.
Oh, wow. What made you want to, be a spotter? What got you into your love for racing?
Well, I grew up racing myself. I started racing go-karts when I was like 7 or 8 years old. Raced those for like 6 or 7 years. And then, I slowly worked my way up just like, most kids do. And then, we were a family-owned team, and funds dried up when you don't have a whole lot of sponsors. And, a lot of people can attest to, how that works. So, that was unfortunate, but,
Raj.
it was time for me to get a change. So I decided to come down south and give it a shot and started working decals. And I was fought for my buddy in super late models. And I met Brian, and me and Brian actually have a great relationship. We actually just got done finishing 9 holes of golf.
Oh, wow.
And he called me about a year and a half later after I had met him and said he needed a spotter for Pocono. And just one thing led to another. I mean, it's been I feel like it's been a long road, but really when I look at it and at my age and stuff, it's really been a quick, successful road, so I'm pretty pumped about it.
All right. That sounds great. Yeah. What?
That sounds great, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, he typed something and I'm just like, really?
Yeah, I do a little typing in the
He
background.
does typing and he types something and I'm like, are you serious right now? Because I'm just giving him a look.
No, he was tweeting on there last night. He and Brian were busy doing workouts and
Apparently
stuff
you're
like
busy working out, huh?
Oh, yeah, working out, trying to get ready for, I still run a race or two here and there every year, just say I got to, and, I still enjoy it, so whenever I can plant my butt in the seat, I try to take advantage of it.
That's good.
All right, now tell me how it is on Saturday at a race. You spot for Brian Scott, and then on Sunday you spot for Juan Pablo Montoya. That's got to be 2 different people in the world.
Well, it is just.
Did we lose him?
Hello.
Hello? Did we lose him?
I think his phone
Yeah, his phone lots of technical difficulties tonight.
That's his phone, not ours.
That's true. He can take care of the stuff. I'm not getting in trouble for messing up.
Speaker.
We lose you?
Yeah, I hung up on you. I had enough.
Well, nice to meet you too.
Now we know where the spotter stand is at Martinsville, so you better watch out.
That's right. That's true.
Got wicked aim.
All right, I'm gonna go back to my question.
Maybe it was the question that killed the phone. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was.
On Saturday, you spot for Brian Scott, and that's completely different than spotting for Sunday for Juan Pablo Montoya. How do you do that? I mean, they have to want different things.
I gotta be honest, really. I mean, when I sat down with Juan at the beginning of the year before practice at Daytona and stuff, really, I told him how I fought for Brian and basically anybody else. And he actually really liked the fact that, some of the different things that I say that, he said that he wasn't used to hearing, that he really needed more of in his past. So, I mean, there's been a couple different things that he's needed me to do. I mean, it's literally been a very, very, easy deal to go into. I mean, not easy, but I mean, easier than what I expected. I was expecting it to be a lot more, calm and not saying as much, and but not being like a cheerleader, so to speak. But I mean, I fought for both of them. Pretty much the same. They're both really quiet on the radio for the most part when they're racing. Under caution, you can't shut them up. So I mean, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Well, one thing we'll try to do with you is get up with you this weekend while we're in Martinsville.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be there tomorrow night through Sunday until the race is over on Sunday.
Well, I hope he doesn't leave early before the race.
Yeah, that'd be a little bad. Just leave me like, hey,
might
buddy,
have a
on
little
your
problem
own.
with that. See you later, Juan.
Good luck. Don't get wrecked.
That spotter stand up there with some of the people that I know that work up on that spotter stand. That's got to be really interesting up there some days.
It can be. Everybody likes to ask the question, "Oh, do you guys all get along?" and blah blah blah. Well, I mean, really, when you look at it, I mean, yeah, we all say, we're like a family, we get along, stuff like that. But when it comes down to actual race, at least in my eyes, in my mind, and when I'm up there spotting the person that I'm spotting for on the track, that is the only person I care about. I don't care, what happens with any of the other drivers. I mean, granted, I'm not talking like wrecking and getting hurt and stuff like that. That I don't wish upon anybody. But if my driver's doing something that the other person doesn't like, well, that's your own problem. I'll tell them that you're not happy, but I'm not going to tell them what to do. Our jobs up there are to tell them, information about what's going on around them, who's fast, what's going on further in front, what's going on behind. We're not there to, get information to get ourselves into fights and stuff like that. But it can get interesting. For the most part, we get along. But there are some guys up there that could be quote unquote prima donnas. So.
That wouldn't happen up there on that up there on that spotter stand. There's some guys up there. You're right. They're prima donnas. And I ain't gonna call no names, but
that's when you cough and you say a name in it.
I mean, you go up there. I know you've had to have some run-ins with some of those guys. I mean, I watched it. I watched the race the other day and listened to one of the guys talking about, get that guy out of my way, get that guy out of my way.
And we should get Joey Meyer and him on at the same time one night.
Oh,
that's got to be that. He's telling you to get the guy out of the way. I mean, how far do you carry that?
What's that?
How far do you carry that when he tells you go to that spot and tell him get that man out of my way or whatever? Do you relay those type of things to him?
No. I will say Bristol this year was pretty fun. We had a great race with Brian, nationwide race. Cup race was a different story. Qualified really well. We're super fast. And then 13 laps into it, we had a fuel problem. So we had to come in, we went 13 laps down, go back out, and we're running like the third or fourth fastest lap of the race. So, I mean, we clearly can't run in the back the whole entire time because we're going to be involved in stupid stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to be getting run over by the leaders the whole time. So basically, we would just let it get sorted out single file, and then if people were holding us up, we would just go. So, I mean, I had, 4, 5, 6 guys coming down like, you realize she's 13 laps down, and blah, blah, blah. Going, people are just going off, and I mean, that's their job, I mean, the people are mad, like, well, why are they passing us? They're getting in our way and stuff, but really, we're not getting in the way. If anything, you follow us through, we might, help you out, but it's just, I don't know, it's just a hard deal.
Well, let's look at a super speedway.
Well, great, though.
at a super speedway, or well, I ask the question this way: what is one of the hardest tracks you go to that you have to spot? You're spotting at. Hello?
Did we lose him again?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were like, oh no, we lost him again.
I was gonna say I lost you after a second. Hello.
I hope you don't use that phone when you're spotting.
Yeah, that'd be a little bad now.
No. Marco had a big meeting with us in California about our phones, but no more of those.
All right. The thing about it is, what is one of the worst tracks to spot at that you go to? That may be a better question.
I wouldn't really consider any of the tracks, worse to spot at. I mean, there are some ones that are hard to spot at. The speedways are always tough just because, in a sense that, we're semi-driving the car because there's so much going on, but there's just a lot going on. I myself personally hate spotting at Phoenix just because, hopefully I don't get in trouble for being totally vocal on that, but it's just such a, it's a cool track. It's just, where we have to stay in the spot, it's just not, it's just not smart. I mean, we're spotting down the middle of turns 1 and 2, and then, when they get down to turn 3 and 4, you can't even see the yellow line down there. They got the campers down there. You can only see, like, from, the door toss up of the car. It just makes it really tough. But the short tracks are tough, but they're fun. But I would definitely say the speedways can be where you can get yourself in a quick pickle.
Yeah.
That's got to be hard to do on a speedway to keep up with the car back there.
And then someone blocking your view.
What about cars that that are painted the same as, or painted in the same type of direction your car is?
Mm-hmm.
How hard is that to pick up on?
Last year was hard. We had Brian race for Gibbs last year, and we had the Dollar General car, and all the speedway races last year. They were all the same scheme. We had 2 cars that are the same color, so Brian had an absolute, completely same paint scheme as one of the other cars out there, and I had asked, if I can get fluorescent roof numbers, just so that way we can tell through our binoculars, the color difference and what car number it might be. And then that's not something that they accepted, so we only had the difference of with black roof with different color numbers, or with black numbers, and then a yellow roof with black numbers. So it wasn't very easy to spot when you got the same exact paint scheme out there, but you learn to deal with it. And then we were on to this year, and I didn't have that issue at all because all the cars were different colors I spotted for, so that worked out good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just,
listen to you. Oh,
well,
gosh.
I'm sorry. It's just because I remember when I was trying to film. One night he had me come up in the spotter spot because Raj spots for when he's at Langley for one of his guys, his buddies he sponsors. So he had me have the camera. This is my first time using it. He wanted me to get used to it. So whenever I'm free during the summer in Langley, I can always film. And there's 3 cars that are around the same color red as that one. So every now and then I get lost. I'm like, wait a second. Oh crap, I'm following the wrong car. And then I have to search all over and find the right car. And then I was like, okay, there it goes. It's just, I know I couldn't do it personally. I would not be able to do something like that. And
I've been there before years ago with Brett Moffitt, and that place is hard too. Anytime you go to a short track, it's going to be hard. Especially if you guys are filming, you guys are having to, move faster enough. We're able to have our eyes up and seeing everything. You guys are having to look through a hole,
Mm-hmm. Now, that kind of brings me to a question that I usually always ask, and I have not been able to ask this question tonight. What is your most embarrassing moment that you've had, either throughout a racing career or you getting into racing that you can remember? And don't be shy.
We won't tell anybody.
We won't tell anyone.
No, I'm sure this isn't going to be broadcasted or anything or nothing.
Oh, of course not. No, why would you think such a thing?
Not live or anything like that.
No, not at all.
I know this one for sure. So I would say myself racing. This was, I don't know, probably 8 years ago now. And went out for practice. It was one of the biggest races of the year. Went out for practice, and I was warming up my tires, and the steering wheel fell off. I never pushed it the whole way on.
Oh no!
I've done that. I know how that feels.
No.
We've all done that one time or another.
Are you serious?
I have a friend of mine. He got into grand stock racing, and he was going out to practice the car for the first time or second time, and he was going down the backstretch, and he said he went to turn, going into turn 3, and when he did, he pulled back on the wheel popped off, and hello wall.
Well, thankfully I was just warming up the tires, so nothing happened, and no one was beside me. We were so slow, but it could have been way worse.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's a definite awakening.
But sorry, I had to ask that because so far every person had to be cut off short, and I'm like, darn it, wasn't able to ask them that because usually that's my question.
Here's another good one. You ever have your throttle stuck wide open because the springs break?
I have had a throttle stick twice, but thankfully middle, it was able to spring back, so that was good. But
Those are always for good scares too.
Mm-hmm.
those are big scares. Your heart drops, your eyes get wide. You're like, oh my god, what's happening?
The sphincter factor.
Yeah, Raj, care to tell about that?
Oh, the poor guy on the outside. It wasn't his day.
Yeah, that would not be good.
Oh,
Goodness
in fact, there was a real big fight after the end of the race. Him and his father.
Oh, was that that one you were telling me?
Oh,
Your
God,
whole team and you never even left the car?
I was sitting in the car and it looked like a country western brawl at the bar. There were so many people out there fighting and the officials were grabbing everybody.
And the funniest part was Raj never even left the car. His
I didn't
his
get to
whole
fight
crew
nobody.
was doing it, and Raj is just sitting here watching this. And I was like, man, you didn't have a bowl of popcorn. You couldn't enjoy it.
That's just good short track racing right there.
Oh, well, they
That's
wound up
exactly
getting
right.
about a $2,000 fine for starting the fight and got kicked out for 2 weeks
you
or something.
didn't even.
And the bad part was I kept telling the crew to go down. I said to go down and somebody say something to them, what happened and everything.
Oh, goodness.
And apparently,
You guys sound like a rowdy crew. I'm in trouble with y'all.
I bring my crew. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Krystal will make you watch her while we beat you upside your head.
How many fingers do I have? Oh, man, your eyes are both shut. Oh, oopsie daisies. Look at that.
Hanging out with the wrong crowd. Watch out. We're going to give you bad ideas.
Goodness gracious.
Oh,
good times.
How many different races do you get to run each year?
This year it looks like I'll just be able to. I mean, now that doing the whole full-time cup deal and stuff, really narrows it down just because we don't have many off weekends.
Yeah.
So it works so good though. I'm from Maine, and the biggest race of the year up there is called the Oxford 250, and it works out perfect to where we race Loudon the week before that race, and then that next week we actually are off. So it works out perfect. I put a deal together with a guy. Gonna haul a car up there, and we're gonna attempt to run that race the July 19th to the 21st weekend. So this year will probably just be one race, but it's one of the biggest races of the year. Throughout the whole United States. So I'm looking forward to attempting that for sure.
Are you planning to go to Eldora for the truck race?
My plan is not to be going there. Obviously, Eldora, it doesn't go with the Cup or nationwide schedule, and those are, my primary two. I mean, if it works out to where, I can get there and get back or get from there to the other track I need to be at, then I would for sure do it. But that's not a track that I have scheduled right now to go and spot at. Would I, though? Yes, I'd love to.
Are you going to be going down to Rockingham at all for the truck race there either? Or are you going to miss that too?
Yeah, I am actually. The deal just all came together yesterday with Todd. I know him really well on a personal level, and the whole deal just got brought to me yesterday. So I'll do his Martinsville race this weekend, and then next weekend I have Texas with the nationwide car and the Cup car, and Texas is a night race on Saturday night with the Cup guys. So we'll fly back Saturday night, and I'll get home, take a couple hours of sleep, and then I'll just get in my truck and drive down to Rockingham. It's only like an hour and a half. So.
Yeah, well, we'll probably see you at Rockingham too then, because I like to give Todd a hard time when I'm down there.
It's fun to give people a hard time anytime.
Yeah, he would know that, especially.
Well, I've been many a time after the race, we'll be sitting there talking with Timothy Peters, and when him and Todd were running together at Martinsville, they always were at the end of the race that night. They'd all go out to Timothy's house and go eat out there.
Yep.
But yeah, giving hard people a time. You wouldn't know about that at all, would you, Roger?
Not me.
No, not you. Absolutely not.
I observe a lot of it and can repeat a lot of it.
Yeah. Anyways,
we're going to keep you on here for another 10 minutes. How you feel about that, Derek?
Yeah, how you feel about that? Because
whatever you want to do. I mean, I'm just driving home from a game of golf, so I mean, not bothering me a bit.
Where'd you play golf today?
I played at
switching sports.
at River Run in Davidson, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
We went over there and played 9.
Now, my son he played at Burkdale today.
Okay, yeah, I played there. I played there a bunch. It's just I hate dealing with traffic on 77, so it's nice to go the back way to these other courses.
Well, who won the game of golf? Just wondering.
Oh, definitely Brian. He's, I mean, if he didn't make it in racing, he definitely could have tried out to be a pro golfer. He's really, really good.
Yeah, I can't. Me and golf, no. I'm not good with golf. My uncle, he does golf from time to time when he's able to, and he tried to get me to do it. Yeah, it didn't end up too well.
I was getting ready to say, I don't remember inviting you anywhere going golfing.
Yeah, because it didn't work out. That's why. So if you want to make sure that you win, just play against me, and don't worry, you'll win definitely.
Perfect. I have to lower my standards and play a girl to win a game of golf. That's fair.
Uh-oh, there was sexist.
Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. I'm not going to say anything else. Lord. No.
So who are some of the drivers other than the ones you're with now, and of course Brian, that you've worked with?
Oh, man. A lot.
No lot.
I still work with Brett Moffitt doing his E-Series stuff. I've been spotting for him for like the last 3 years. Brian's the one that I've been with for the longest. I spot for Stephen Wallace quite a bit when he runs his late model stuff just because we're friends, so I do a lot of his stuff. Then I got Juan. Last year I did Kenny Schrader, Terry Labonte, Reed Sorensen, TJ Bell.
TJ, I know TJ.
You know everybody.
Well, what can I say?
I'm trying to think. I know there's it's a long list. There's a bunch of guys I've been fortunate enough to work with. So.
What was your most memorable person you spotted for? You got to work with them and you're like, wow, that guy's good person, or was really funny, and you really were able to remember them.
Well, I mean, it's really hard to not say. I mean, you got to remember too. I mean, I'm 26, which don't get me wrong. I'm a race fan, but I take my job, obviously to a different level of seriousness. But, growing up as a kid, Terry Labonte, Kenny Schrader, they were, they're legends. They'll go down in history as legends, and to be able to spot for them, I thought was really, really cool. And they're both great guys. They both appreciated my job. I never got yelled at. Knock on wood.
Well,
it's funny that one race did Talladega last year, and we were running 8 or running 6, something like that. And we were coming to a green light checker, and we get the green, and we start getting split, and it's 4 or 5 wide going down the back straight, coming for the checker. And coming through 3 and 4, I think we were 14th or something like that, but we were right in the middle of a 4 wide. And that was when Tony got spun around and flipped over, and the whole deal, and the whole entire field wreck. Well, after the race, I come down, and Terry's like, Derek, he goes, that's got to be the damn biggest wreck I've ever been in my life. And he goes, you got to experience it. So I'm like, okay, that's great, I think. I don't know if that's good news, but all right.
Do you ever find yourself getting into a spot when you're seeing a wreck starting to unfold in front of you, and
I'll use a lot of time, you'll see, because obviously your job is to kind of, more watch in front. You're trying to watch in back too if someone's really climbing on you, but, I'll usually watch, 5 to 10 cars ahead, or as much as I can, and, you see 2 people kind of bumping or rubbing a little bit. Well, when you get up into that series, if you're bumping or rubbing more than once or twice, something's going to happen if the other person doesn't give. So, I'll just kind of say, be on your toes, 5 rows ahead of you, 2 guys, kind of getting together or something like that, just to kind of give a heads up. But.
Well, what I was trying to finish up was you get into a spot where you see something's going to happen.
And you just know it.
And your driver's going to hit something. Do you ever have one of those times where you are able to direct him to the least amount of damage his car would have gotten?
Maybe once or twice. Not I would say a whole lot. I never want to go into a lap saying, this doesn't look good, we're not going to make it or something like that. But.
Okay, yeah, because when I've done spotting as well, especially with short track racing, and having been a late model driver out there already and know a lot of stuff and how the reactions of the cars are going to be, and you see something happen and you're going, oh Christ, this is going to hurt something, where am I going to send him to? And get him out with maybe just a crunched fender instead of a lost front end,
Well, I mean, some of the times, honestly, when you see something happen, some of the times, I mean, I try to give as much guidance as I can whenever there's a wreck, but honestly, some of the times when a wreck like that happens, you're better off just to say, wrecking in front of you, track clogged, and, let them decide for their own, because some of the times that, as a spotter, to kind of save yourself, if you say, wrecking in front of you, go low, and then everybody slides down the track, and then, they wreck and stuff, and it's, really on your hands, but if you're saying, wrecking in front of you and you let them kind of take their own guidance, then you're kind of saving your butt a little bit on that. But.
Put it in their hands, not yours.
Be like, okay, listen, this is happening. Good luck. I'll make it out.
By the way, spread your legs and kiss your butt goodbye on this one.
So like the week before last, with Denny and Joey Logano, you had to know that was coming. Do you tell them that, look, them two guys up front are acting kind of crazy? You need to be aware of it.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, at that point, we were already, we had another issue, and we were already multiple laps down, so we were just riding in the back to try to bring our car home whole. But when I saw them come across the stripe, for the white flag, I knew it was definitely going to get interesting. I for sure didn't think that they were going to make it out the other end, and unfortunately they didn't, and someone got hurt out of the deal, which is bad. But it was definitely something that I thought was going to happen, and did happen. But I think anybody could have really called that after seeing what they had go on in Bristol.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, if you ever have a time when you're feeling sick and you need a replacement, just give me a shout.
Yeah, I mean, especially when we need bathroom breaks, we can always use somebody.
Roger will sign up. Don't worry about that one now. Just call and be like, hey, you near town or something?
I was supposed to start spotting for one of the nationwide drivers, but he could never get his funds together either, so he stayed out of it, and that was good because I tell you what, you guys got to go through a lot of stuff when it comes to being in the upper three. Go through everything, all the tests you got to go through for drug testing and.
Oh yeah. No, there's a lot to it. I'm just lucky to be able to to do it, and I love what I do, and I don't, I'm not one of the type of people that have to complain that they have to get up at 6 in the morning to go to the track or anything like that. It's something that I like to do, and I mean, really, if you're going to be doing it, then that's something that you chose to do. So why complain about it?
Well, I got one more question for you.
Sure.
Have you met the legendary Fat Boy up there yet?
Oh yeah, no, I know Fat Boy really well. I drive motorhome every once in a while for some people, and he drives motorhome for James Finn. So.
Well, he did until last week.
He what?
He did until last week. He got fired last week.
Oh no.
He was at my son's wedding this weekend, and he and I got to talking. That is one guy that I don't know if I could stay up there all day with him.
I mean, supposedly, I never listened to him. I've seen a lot of people on the radio, and I've never listened to him. I mean, from what I've heard, he's not terrible by any means.
No, they say he's good. He's done it for a lot of guys, but it's when he's not doing it and he's up there running his mouth to everybody else. That's when I have a hard time with him. But I tell him that every time I get around him. So.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh.
You couldn't hold it back anymore,
No, I couldn't.
You?
I knew. I had
it was building up. You were like, I have to ask.
I had to ask him about Fat Boy. Fat Boy's a legend.
Everybody knows him, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. They all know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness.
And Roger just like, oh, goodness gracious. Shaking our heads.
We'll have to definitely run up and meet with you. One of the places we'll find you, we'll either hit you at Martinsville or down at Rock or at Richmond.
Mm-hmm. Well,
yeah,
you at
Just
Richmond.
swing by and check me out.
Is that a good thing or a bad?
Roger, like, wait, they're good or bad?
No, that's a good thing. I mean, I look forward to meeting you guys. That'd be great. I appreciate you guys having me on the show.
Of course.
We try to always have everything upbeat and have a good time with everybody.
It's just fun here.
I can tell.
We don't have anybody that has never told us, I don't want to be back on that show. It's always, when can we do this again?
Yeah, no, you guys made it very fun. I mean, I had to make it fun and hang up on you guys, too, so.
Yeah, we like to keep people who are also watching on our toes. And I said that earlier, so you really helped back me up, that theory. So thanks for that a little bit.
No problem.
anything I can do to help.
The next time we'll hang up on him, though, okay?
Okay, all right. Like,
All right, Friday, when you get up in the spotter stand Friday, slap Mike Herman on the head for me when you see him.
Who's this?
Mike Herman.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know Mike really well.
Yeah, go ahead and slap him on the head for me.
Now, if you really want to get in trouble, hit Joey Myers upside the head, too. What the hell?
he's going to get in trouble. He's going to point it right back to us.
Everybody's going to be looking at you and say, what the hell are you hitting everybody for?
Nah, someone told me to.
Just tell him you've been watching NCIS too much and you felt like you were Gibbs for once.
About time you see a spotter fly off the top of the spotter thing, and that was me.
Okay. All right, it's been good talking to you.
Thanks for coming on the show.
You guys have a great night.
You
too.
too.
Thank you.
That was fun. You had to ask. You kept leaning forward, so I'm like, he's gonna ask. He's gonna.
I didn't want to bring his name up. But I had to. I couldn't wait. I couldn't resist that.
Now, who did Fat Boy work for?
Now, Fat Boy was a spotter for a couple years ago. He was doing all of Finch's team spotting, and then he kind of went over and did some for Turner Scott. Well, it was Turner Motorsports then,
right?
And he was helping them out. And now he just basically freelances. Anybody that needs to pick up a spotter, he'll do that. But his main job was driving James Finch's motor coach.
Oh,
yeah.
So how in the world do you wind up getting started doing that?
We'll talk about that some other time.
We are having dinner. We can have a conversation.
We'll talk about that at some other time. We won't put this on.
We're going to have to mute the mics for this one.
Okay, I'll lower down the thing. Don't worry about this green line, okay?
But Fat Boy he's a legend. I mean, everybody knows Fat Boy.
Oh gosh.
Now, before we do end the show, I do have a little bit of announcement.
Yep. Do your thing.
Western Wrangler was holding a contest for their next model for the Ultimate Cowgirl, and so I decided to take the chance and enter in the contest. Now, in order for me to be in the top 10 and considered for this role as their model and pretty much their face of their Western apparel, I'm going to need lots of votes. So from April 22nd to the 29th, if you go on their page, just click on the link that they have set up for the contest. You can go to vote, you'll find my name, and of course you'll see my picture on there, and I would greatly appreciate it because it will have an opportunity like this and do modeling, which is something that I enjoy very much, and to be able to do it for Wrangler, which me being very country and into stuff like that would make me very, very excited.
I think if we got that many people to vote, that would be good.
I think if we got everybody to vote, that many people to vote, I think I'd be really good. It's just
hands down thing.
Yeah, I'll need lots of support in this. This is where I'm so glad to have people from this show, and of course to be a part of this show, to be able to have a really nice support system and be able to do this, because I feel like I have a really good shot, and it's just really exciting for me to maybe get somewhere in modeling, or at least get my face noticed, get like, oh wow, she's pretty, we might just want to contact her anyway.
The officials at Richmond know you.
Oh, no. Oh, Lord.
But yeah, I was saying earlier, we got Brian Morehouse is going to be out at Martinsville, and we know him real well, and a couple of his other buddies that I know. So if we want to do some photo shoot, we'll probably get away with it there.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I'm going to be bringing some of Terry's shirts with me, and of course I'll have the Let's Talk Racing tee and other stuff. And you can never have enough modeling profile stuff.
Yep.
You can never have enough of that. So sounds good to me.
Kristen said to make sure I posted a lot of the pictures on Facebook so she can catch them all
I'm
too.
so bummed out. She's able to come. I'm able to meet her, and it's like dates.
She said it's all her cousin's fault, who lives
right.
in Charlotte.
Whoever your cousin is, I blame you. Thanks.
Oh gosh. Well, it was fun tonight. Everybody, we'll see y'all next week. Enjoy watching us again, as you should.
Yes, as always. Bye, everybody.
Oh, God, now I got to find the right buttons to click.
Yeah, technical difficulties again. But
No,
for
not
you,
technical.
that's very rare.
Nah.
Because you're the tech guy.
See ya!
Bye.
Hey guys, I'm Daytona 500 winner Trevor Bain, and thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, I'm Robert Richardson Jr., driver of the number 23 Dodge Challenger for R3 Motorsports in the NASCAR Nationwide Series, and you're watching Let's Talk Racing.
I'm Timothy Peters, driver of the number 17 Toyota in the NASCAR Camp World Truck Series, and you're listening to Let's Talk Racing.
Here's your 2011 champion, David Brehm.
Hi, this is David Polens, driver of the 33 NASCAR Late Model, 2011 Old Dominion Speedway track champion. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Racing TV.
I'm Sam Hunt, driver of the 42 car on the thing Let's Talk Racing.
Hi, my name is Natalie Sather. I drive the 94 K&N Lady Eagle Safety Wear, Butler built seats, bell helmets, hooker harness seatbelts, number 94 at South Boston Speedway. Be sure to listen to Let's Talk Racing TV.